5th, 2026. Hope everyone had a good holiday. There are Title VI forms in the back corner by the door if anyone would like to fill those out and return them to the auditor's office. If you could all please stand, and Mike Snyder, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if you can remain standing and join Greg Redd from First Baptist Church in prayer.
Let us pray. Our gracious and merciful Father, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for those who have come to attend this meeting. Lord, we are grateful for the men that those of this beautiful county have put in position to lead our county. Lord, we ask that you guide their decisions, that you direct them in the way that is pleasing to you. Lord, even though we may have conflict in certain things, let us become unified in one goal, continuing to make this county a great county. Lord, I ask these things in your Son's name.
Amen. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
All right, we will start first with the review of the December 15th meeting minutes. You guys have any corrections or additions?
I did not see anything out of order.
I didn't either. I'd make a motion to approve.
We have a motion. I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
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 And those opposed? Motion carries. Minutes from December 15th are approved. Moving on to claims.
I reviewed claims. I didn't see anything.
Same.
I
I'll
don't-
make a motion to approve the claims.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to payroll. First, we have payroll for December 19th, 2025 in the amount of $417,533.33. And then we also have payroll for January 2nd, 2026 and the amount of $430,926.42. Do you guys have any questions about payroll?
No, I noticed one was a little bit high with some PTO payouts with people who retired and
Yep.
other events. So, but yeah, I didn't have any questions.
All right. I'd make a motion that we approve payroll for December 19th, 2025 and January 2nd, 2026.
So moved.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion carries. All right, first up, Todd Houck with the Highway Department.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening.
And while Todd is walking up there, just a reminder for everybody presenting tonight, if you can just proceed up to the microphone to make sure that everybody that's watching at home can actually hear what's being said during the meeting.
Last met, Highway Department committee to do the maintenance items, patching, bush hogging, grading roads, bridge repair, site maintenance, and all the different factors we have to maintain. We had a snow event since the last meeting, probably a little bit of overtime for the guys. Always had a fun weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We had the cheer fund distribution at the Highway Department. I'll mention that was a great event, something nice to see. I have been in contact with FEMA. I have signed the, or submitted the Cat C, which is in the amount of $112,000. I have also submitted the Cat Z, which is about $2,912. Altogether, the FEMA reimbursement is close to about $150,000. Quarterly reports got submitted today for October through December 2025. Bridge 167 in Westport is now open. Other than that, that's all I have to bring to you. I don't have anything for you.
Bridge 167, I think the approaches were laid down with cold patch.
Yes.
Is that right? Do you know, is there intentions to come back and do
In the
repair
spring.
that? So it was just because of the weather?
Yeah.
I know it's pretty rough,
Yeah.
so not bad for a speed bump right now, but I just want to make sure we were going to address it.
Yeah, we'll address that in the spring.
Okay.
Have you replenished supplies as far as salt and sand from this last snow event for
We're good.
future?
Yeah. we're
Okay.
good.
Did we receive new, or are we still just using what we'd already had?
Last time I had sand, I ordered what we had left on contract, 20% over. So we had over 280 ton of salt. That all came in. I think we had probably 300 ton of sand.
Okay. And then I know it's been a couple of months since we'd talked about it. Back in September and then early October, we'd first discussed the culvert down in New Point, getting a breakdown of the cost and the
We're
price.
still doing some survey work, sizing on that.
Okay. When can we expect to get those figures?
I'll get with Tim when I get back. Let me, I'll give you an update.
Okay. Anything from either of you?
I don't have anything additional.
All right. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.
Moving on to the sheriff, Sheriff Bill Myrose.
Good evening.
Sheriff, you may want to actually rotate that a little bit. I think it's very directional. There you go.
There you
Yep.
go. Thank you.
Perfect. Yes.
Community Action Coalition. I want to apologize up front. I ran into deadlines. That was nobody's fault but my own. Did not get this in front of you before the deadline came due. So I went ahead and applied and I'm asking for your forgiveness and grace to push forward with it. So what I did ask for in the grant was $5,364.52. It was broken down into three different categories, if you will. 100 oral recognition training workbooks, books, 100 self-management recovery training books. And those are classes we hold in the facility for our inmates, right about the year recovery. So those two costs, and also 1,500 postage for blood kits that we mail to the state police. Costs $10.70 now to send each blood kit. It gets a little costly in postage. We send it out probably 2 days. So again, I'm asking for forgiveness for not being in front of the center. I'm asking you to approve it.
So just to recap, there's no responsibility from our side. It was a
Correct.
grant
There's
for the
no
whole,
match or anything like that.
grant for the whole amount.
It's strictly free money.
Good.
That's fine. I appreciate you going after the grants. So that's,
We like free
Your
money.
comment with me.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve the Community Action Coalition grants.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion carries. As far as, oh, go ahead.
No, you're good.
As far as all of the accidents and everything that had occurred back during the last snow event, your deputies were okay that had been struck by another vehicle?
Yeah, there was no injuries involved, thank goodness. $6,000 damage. He's seen us inside the interstate. Red just flashing, waiting on the red. Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody's fault, 'cause
Was-
Updates on the other vehicles that were short or still working on getting,
yeah, you should be receiving the two more from this.
Was the vehicle that was involved in the crash on the interstate, was that one of our lease vehicles, or was that one of the vehicles that was still,
It was at least.
okay. And so working through that process with Enterprise, how's that been?
It's been no issue.
Okay,
It was very, very good.
okay. Anything else?
I think Bill had mentioned
Yeah,
something
all right.
already.
Yep.
I sent you all an email 3 weeks ago about the building at the old jail site, possibly moving that to our current facility. I got a very, very, very preliminary cost always good to know. We are adjusting this morning, you're good. So I just want to gauge your interest in pursue this further.
Did that 18,000 include the cement pad as well?
Does include the cement pad, does not include getting electric and gas.
Okay. Which is imperative? You need it heated?
Yeah.
Do, okay.
So again, I'm just trying to gauge your interest, but I should pursue this.
If it's a 40 by 20?
40 by 20. You know, I was putting on the south side of the building. So granted, that's where the expansion in the future is made for, but I don't see it.
Because our current capacity is,
We were at 108 this morning, and our capacity is 240.
Well, I think it sounds reasonable, the cost of it. You know, I mean, you had the money in your budget to do it,
We can find that.
yeah.
I did talk to the, I had one brief conversation with the mayor about it, and he said the people were willing to give us the bill.
For the pad and the size of that building, that sounds reasonable.
And, you know, I understand, I'll be at least 2 more quotes.
Any idea what, getting electric and,
I do not have that quote.
okay, all right. Preliminarily, I feel like it might be a good idea.
Yeah,
I think it's good to pursue it.
it's worth taking a look at, taking a deeper dive and getting more numbers, Bill.
Yep.
Bill. All right, up next, Mike Snyder with EMA.
Hi, Mike?
So I want to talk to you tonight about preventing it's coming for waivers. Highest quote from the
Quite a difference.
There are 2 sirens currently. They're upgraded, we have to use them, they gave us. If those are the case, then it's elected. They really come in. Other than that, air to water.
You and I had this discussion, and I think the cost savings is definitely worth. Northern Kentucky's only an hour and 20 minutes away. It's not that far. I mean, it'll take you an hour and 20 minutes to get from northern Indianapolis. So I don't see an issue with that as far as distance-wise. And they do work on our sirens, our brand of sirens, and that's their forte.
Their forte is actually federal, we have Wayland's, but they are able to work with Wayland's.
Okay, so they have worked with Wayland's as well, okay. So I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. Your Carolina company, I think, is the best bet for us.
We actually, the Illinois area training currently, so if we decide to move with that, see if they like also something that they offer that others do not is the online examination system assessing things from the reads. Check on things. That's one of the things that
If you feel comfortable with them, I would make a motion to go with Carolina for our tornado siren maintenance.
I think from what I've seen from the other bids, I'm in that same position. Gabe, do you have any questions or anything before I make a second?
No.
Okay, I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, motion carries. I had 2 copies. One was from Patty and the other one was from Chad. I don't.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
All right.
Just real quick, and just to thank you with all the updates, the snow event we had, fantastic job. Thank you for keeping us abreast of all that. You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Thank
It
you.
was great. Doug Westerfeld, APC.
Good evening.
Hi, Doug.
I wanted to give an update on the process for the comp plan. The comp plan, we have begun the process. It's 64 pages. We completed the first phase, which was getting the steering together, how we're going to do the steering. Data collection. So we're through that phase. So the second phase, which is a important phase for public institutions, we'll have public workshops as well as focus groups next week. The public workshops will be on Thursday at noon, and that's 6.
What's that date?
And that is Thursday, January 5th.
Okay, thank you.
So those are opportunities for to come in and voice where they see the direction of your county. And we'll get some more information as far as, we'll get it from HWC, we'll get it out as far as then the focus groups, which those people have been contacted today. Focus groups consist of those types of focus groups. So those are the 2, out of the 4 phases, those are the 2 shortest phases. The longest phase, the third phase, is basically and that's where a lot of the data information is collected. Put all the information together. How our open house and then the 4th phase is that's one to get updated where we're at.
So on January 15th, the public workshop meetings are at noon, and what was the other time?
6 o'clock, 6 p.m., and they will be at the EMA training
There you go.
room at the county campus.
Okay. And those are open to the public, obviously, by public workshop, and we would encourage anybody to come out and give any ideas about what they believe should be included or modified in the comprehensive plan, because that information will go directly to the steering committee and to HWC to be able to actually formulate what this comp plan is going forward in the future to dictate development in Decatur County.
The focus groups are more invitation, right?
They are.
You're inviting those specific groups. Okay, all right. Thank you.
And then we still had one, I'll just skip down to it, just as far as board appointments for the APC, Doug.
Yes.
We'd supplied you with a couple of names of individuals that were potentially interested in filling the vacancy on the APC. My understanding is that you had discussions or meetings with both of those individuals.
I had discussions with both of them, and I was kind of leaning towards I'm out with them personally. And I would recommend Clay Hardy to be the next one. Okay, really good conversation. Provides a lot. He's got a
His dad built the fire station.
Yeah, that was in construction, and then
Yep.
he himself got into construction, or parts of the construction world. So, he asset, not only for the area plan, but for the asset.
Make a motion to approve Clay Hargett to the APC.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, motion carries. Target.
Two Ts.
Anything else, gentlemen?
You want to do Cersei one too then?
We can wait on servicing. Yeah. Anything else? All right. Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
All right, up next, we have the SRI tax certificate sale. I know that we'd had some discussions last time, and we wanted an opportunity to kind of look over some of the documentation somewhere around here. It's not- Oh, you're right. There you go. It's not in one of my labeled folders, so it disappears. I know we had Chad, one of the reasons for redocketing this onto tonight's meeting was we wanted Chad to go ahead and go over the contract. You guys have any other questions or anything?
I do not. I think it's a good way to get these properties back on the tax rolls.
Yeah. Okay, I would entertain a motion then to approve the contract with SRI.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract with SRI.
I will second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Glad you did that, Gabe.
I'll also vote in favor. That the motion carries. The 5th day of January. Yes, sir. Okay. Resolution number 2025, or should it be 26, since 26, is this our very first one?
It is.
Wow. All right. And so then passing a resolution here, then I would make the motion to pass the resolution for the SRI contract.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, motion carries.
Commissioners, I have one additional, we need to set a minimum bid price as part of the number, so we'll have, sorry, I have to talk about it.
What's your recommendation, Chad?
Honestly, Brian, it can go all over the board. I have some counties that do it several $100s, some counties do it as low as $50. In this case, many of these properties have been on the rolls for a long time. So my recommendation personally would be go up. This is the fire sale, this is the clearance rack, if you will, of the tax sale properties. And so, the goal is not to make money here, it's just to go back on the tax rolls and have it be effective partials for the county. So, like I said, I got to look at earlier today. So, whatever number that you guys need to, in many of these properties, there's thousands and thousands of dollars that are they tax sale for 7 years. So they have a lot of fees. But the actual taxes are.
I think just do your able to be on the side.
So I would say if you force me for an average across the state, it's probably in that $2,000 to $3,000 range. But, hey, it's really, there's a lot of legal statutes that
Primary goal is to get them back on the tax roll. I don't have an issue with going $200 or lower.
The only other one that I remember having was set at 100.
Yep.
100.
The only requirement is by statute, you have to price them less than what they were offered for the tax sale. So if you set it at 200,
I'd say let's go $100.
Sounds good to me.
Be done with it.
Yep. I'll make that motion then.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, $100.
Commissioners, appreciate your time.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you. Back page, there you
Yeah, you got one more, so I can date it for you.
go. Oh, there's a date on there.
Chad? Best guess?
We'll work with the auditor's office and make sure it works in their timeframe. It will be coming up probably late March. But it'll be out of the
So late,
Printed in the newspaper.
later this spring, late March possibly for the tax sale. All right, up next we have the county pool BOT contract.
You have the contract in front of you somewhere.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
So this contract is, so we've already selected the BOT, steps prior to all this. This contract is to continue to execute. We've currently been doing deconstruction and investigation, as we've mentioned prior. This is just to start the actual execution so that we can do the next steps in the process, which is bonds and whatnot. The total on this contract is 3.9 million. Our project was estimated at 4.5. We anticipate the rest of that, there's still furnishings that have to be purchased and modifications that have to be made out there that is not part of this piece. But this piece is including completely renovating the pool, building a new pool, if you will. The slides, new fence all the way around, concrete, deck work, everything to make everything functional. Just the pretty stuff has to be purchased afterwards. The extra tables, chairs, stuff like that. We do have Bill Blotcher from Blue Escapes with us today.
That'd be great.
Those that don't know me, I'm Bill Blotcher with Blue Escapes Pools. Pool construction for about 4 years. I have a construction background. A little less studies. Gabe mentioned pretty much everything. I don't know if you mentioned
Yeah, that's all included. Yeah, that's included as well. As well as the UV sterilization system. I mean, everything to make that we've talked about is included in here, as you'll see if you guys have reviewed. But
On the side, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, we've been doing some preliminary stuff until the execution of the contract. Read the concrete, which the third and such. In essence, what we did was took the pool and moved it back.
I was going to ask, as far as size-wise and placement, size is the same, or is it a little bit bigger, and then it's moving back?
Approximately 9,000 square feet versus 8,000.
Okay,
It has a beach entry.
right.
I think because of the beach entry, that a lot of the sessions that were going to be in front there, that will now be on the side. So there's no conflict.
Yes.
And of course, a splash pad.
yes, thank you. There's the inclusion of 30 by 30 minimum splash pad as well.
Whether that's recirculation of water or some other system. As an option.
So in standard BOT structure, this is set up as an allowance base, right?
Yes.
So, there's X amount, 450K allowed for the splash pad. That there's going to be variances of things that may move, of course, but it's set up as you can see in the standard allowance.
So if you can imagine, working through this without the contracts, it's a little challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. How does your time frame look if this is executed sitting here tonight?
Weather permitting, it looks good.
For completion, what are you targeting?
Yeah, when you say looks good, what does that mean?
This year, no. I mean, the goal is that May. But that is getting executed. We don't get nervous to hear the weather, this week was just that 50 degrees all week.
Yep.
That is, those weeks come a lot.
And the typical pool would open Memorial Day if it was operational prior anyway, so it's around that June time.
I mean, I think the bond was decided 3 months ago.
Yeah, things have
We
been,
are still trying to get the contracts.
Correct.
Any help?
government's not always fast.
Yeah, no, I get it. But you asked the question,
Yep.
so yeah.
That's fantastic.
The sooner the better.
And that's the main reason for me, wanting to push forward with this, is if we're not gonna get it done if we don't do something.
Move.
I
Yep.
mean,
Very
I
good.
will be the bad guy.
yeah.
I'm sure.
Very good. I don't have any other questions after looking through the contract. Brian, do you have any?
I do not.
All right, I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve the contract.
I will second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
All right. Brian, you want to give us some information about the forklift for the new community building?
We purchased a new to us, used forklift in 2025 at the end of the year. And we purchased that from Custer's. And it is ready to be delivered. It has been serviced, worked over, new seat, some updates to it. It's a propane and fuel combo, so which is nice. We'll use the propane as far as that goes. But it is ready to go. I talked to Alan Custer today, and he said whenever we would like him to deliver it, he's ready to deliver it. So it is, and he has received payment as well, so it's ready for us to use.
What was the final total?
I think it's 12.5 was the final total on
We
that.
got the tires, did we
Yes.
already have ones we need, the
We did.
non-marking? Okay.
Non-marking tires. Propane is what we were looking for. The mast goes up 188 inches is what we were looking for to get it up to that mezzanine height. And the weight capacity, I was gonna say 3,500 or 5,500, but it was enough what we needed for our capacity. So all the items that we were looking for checked off, and half the price of what we were looking for in other forklifts. And the great thing about buying it from them is any issues we have, they will pick it up, they'll service it and bring it back. So buying it local is also another big plus for us.
I didn't realize they do full maintenance.
They do full maintenance on them. Yes.
For those of you that hadn't been in on meetings before, hadn't heard what the purpose is of this forklift, it's to be able to put all of the tables and chairs and the stage in the new community building up on the mezzanine for storage purposes, so that if we have other events that are in there and they don't need all the tables and chairs, we're able, with the forklift, for one person to be able to get them up off the floor, up onto the mezzanine, out of the way for storage, so that you can have the entire open event space to be used for a different event.
And to further that, it's like 650 chairs, so it's a
Yep.
lot to move. So it's not something that could justifiably be done by manual labor.
You don't want to be going up and down the stairs that many times for that many tables and chairs.
Correct.
Very good. All right, moving on down to topics. Wayne Spear, you want to talk about your request to vacate a public right-of-way?
My wife and I just purchased property on the edge of Clarksburg. There is a dead-end road. The bigger lot is split and then kind of makes a C. We have one on each side of it. That would be that top of that. Would be future points, down our head. Kind of put that in by the book.
What were the two lines shown on 811?
Telephone or internet communication, one company.
Yeah, that's what, in the technical review committee notes, it says fiber and telephone.
I guess I didn't catch the part of it, just two old copper phone lines.
Fiber underground for the internet. That's what it says here.
Probably for that set, for their Frontiers building out there. Yeah, otherwise I don't know. But you don't have any intentions to put a structure over top of that road? You're just,
Variance of it.
so it looks like there's access off of 640, right?
That comes out 6 weeks.
Yeah, but then it goes and then it looks like it just kind of goes away for a little while. And then-
Access on 640.
Okay, I got you. I see what you're saying. And then, so do you have, right here, there's 3 properties highlighted. So did you purchase the David Myers property then too? So you have those 3 parcels?
Yeah,
You're on both sides of this alley?
yeah, all three sides, yeah.
Did you,
You'll have to see it.
would say, did you buy the 4.15 on the,
We ended up buying it all.
Okay.
We split the bigger lot and then combined everything right there. And it just makes it cedar.
do you have an updated?
Yes, sir.
So what comes out onto 640 is not a public roadway
Correct.
by the looks of this, is that right? That doesn't, to me, that's not reflected on Beacon, that's why I asked.
No, it's not. It stops at his property. The access is from the other way,
Right.
645. It ends at his property and somebody else put this driveway in.
Right.
That allows you to use the little, get to the other side of the dead-end road to go.
And I think that's what this is showing.
You're right, it is. We're, in essence, we're looking at just that, which is 264 feet. This is not existing. It's just this.
This would be just like any of our, this would be like any of our driveways coming off of the road
Okay.
onto their property then.
And let's look at the close this 264 right there.
There.
And this one over here, and this
And-
one right here. And then this is
Zone.
yeah, now,
Surveyed.
not, yeah,
Surveyed.
resurveyed now to where this is the only piece of, you're looking at surveyed again off.
Okay.
Something like
But you're not planning to build on this, right, Wayne?
Correct.
That if we would vacate that,
Correct. It just, if.
what's,
it's
it-
done
what
properly
is your,
by the book to switch to A2, where we would like to put our house there.
Because it has to be 70 feet from this road.
so that's the advantage of vacating it. So you're, yeah, okay. I was just trying to wrap my mind around why,
Full disclosure, it is an R4 right now. And it would be within variance then, but we're not building a home.
single-family dwelling,
Yeah.
okay. But the whole idea is to give you some setback.
And it-
We have to hear it twice.
Yeah. So from, Todd, you had mentioned that from a funding standpoint, the county receives funds
For this whole-
based on a stretch of road.
Just that.
So we're only talking about a 264-foot stretch of road, and we then wouldn't have we then wouldn't be responsible for maintaining that anymore, correct?
There is a show.
And it looks like from the documentation here, all adjoining property owners have been notified of the meeting and of your intention. Any of those adjoining property owners here this evening that would like to make a comment, or anybody in the room tonight like to make a comment? So this was the first reading. Looks like from the legal notice that was previously given, the second reading for this petition will be February 2nd, 2026 at 6 p.m. Christie, do you want to give this an ordinance number on that date then?
Let's wait till then.
Okay.
Todd, is there any other, in your thought process, any other reason other than the vacating that and not getting the funding for that, why you would disagree with vacating that? Is there anything else that you're thinking about that we're not, there's something we're missing here?
No, I think anything Tim's got, we requested that. Find out what is the counties and the cities. When we ask for that information, found out the city has taken some of the roads and their road.
Okay.
We've got to take care of those. So if anything, I need to be sure that this is going to show up in our budget because basically, how much
It can't be that much, it's 240 feet, 64 feet. I mean, in my thought process, I don't know if I'm off on
We
that,
also
but
have to pay to maintain it. So maybe
yeah.
get
I mean, the offset of us not having to worry about maintaining it now.
Is that road actually open, or has it been blocked off?
There's barricades.
So as it is now, I mean, it's,
originally it had cement barricades on it. We ended up, once we found out it was a road, we had to put time
Wayne, how do you get access to your property? When you're
From
going,
640.
from 640?
So your intention is, in essence, the driveway that somebody put in, you're going to continue to use? And then you just route what you need of that into your property?
But it's full disclosure. Yeah,
Didn't we just have a road closure request? As this almost leads right into 645, or, yeah, we just had one recently that we vacated. Yeah, yeah,
very similar,
very similar.
very
So
similar.
I'm in a, my preliminary thought process is to vacate it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. We got to hear it again.
Yep, once we have our second reading, then we'll make an official decision on it, Wayne.
Make any motions on this tonight? Thank you.
All right, up next, we have board appointments for SERPSI. Brian, you have been on the Southeast Indiana Regional Planning Commission.
Yes,
Would you like to be reappointed?
sure.
I'll make the motion that we appoint Brian to the SERPC.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed? Motion carries.
Good job, Brian.
signature. Just fill out his contact information later. All right. Up next, we do have an addition under topics. RT Insurance is here to present us with some information, it sounds like.
Good evening, it's good to be here. My name is Dawson Eastis. I've got Rob Williams, RT Insurance. Insurance brokerage out of Crawfordsville, Indiana. An opportunity back in October, discuss the property casualty program. Just really wanted to introduce ourselves. So we are able to help the county do its due diligence on the program. Share a little bit more about ourselves. Other property casualty programs, public school districts, municipalities, our specialty brokerage. Programs in place in the county.
I think we would love to see any additional quotes, other information for comparative purposes. Insurance is a tremendous cost to the county, and if there are ways in which we could save money, then we would definitely be open to exploring different avenues.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. And you're an independent agent, right?
So I know from an insurance perspective, one of the more problematic areas that we'd encountered in the last 6 months was during the fair. Insuring several of the different events that happened at the track proved to be difficult. So if you're going to be quoting, can you also take a look at those different events so that we can get an apples to apples comparison for what we had in 2025 so that we can look at that going forward, because more than likely from the sounds of it, with the fair committee, we'll be looking at the same events. Okay.
All rolling.
Hey, Mike, you might need to grab that door. Thank you, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, we've got the ball rolling. A little less.
Absolutely. Yep.
I'm in agreement.
Yep. I'd love to see comparative information. That'd be great.
I do not.
I don't think so. Nope.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, feel free to call. Anything else for you, gentlemen?
I do not.
Do my around the
I do
room.
not, Jeremy.
Okay. Do we want to start with communications? Leanne, Carla? Okay. Ken, how about veterans?
Yep, I do have a couple things real quick. Coming with the new year comes grand opportunities for me. So thank you for the council and the commissioners that put me from part-time to full-time. And so now my new office hours will be Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. On Fridays, I'm trying to schedule it only by appointments only, just so that gives me a chance to catch up on the things that happen Monday through Thursday. So, and then I already got a message or a calendar invite that I'll be meeting with you guys, I guess, in February with the IDBA to go over the SD 433, just to give us where it is for the BSOs and my requirements and criteria that my office now has to meet for the state and for this county. We're doing really well. I don't really see anything big that they're going to bring out for us. Since I've taken over, we've automated the entire office. We have all those things in place, which is part of the requirements. So I think we'll be in really good shape for that briefing. I'd also like to invite any of the commissioners, or if anybody would like to see what my office does. I get veterans come across and I work new compensation packets pretty much at least 2 or 3 every week. So if you ever would like to sit in one, just to see what happens and how we take care of the veterans in our county, I'd be more than happy to have you come over and sit in and just observe one of those scenarios that go through. And then the last thing I really wanted just to bring up is over the holidays is always a strenuous time for not only veterans. I believe we did lose a veteran over the holidays to a suicide. And I can share this, that even my family experienced that this holiday season, that I had a cousin who not only tried once, but twice over the holidays. And so there's a program that the American Legion puts on called Be the One. And so I am going to incorporate that program at some point with the other organizations within Decatur County and try to highlight just a stand down of what is Be the One and how can we continue to fight the suicide awareness that we need within our county. Being a veteran and a 36-year veteran, suicide awareness has always been the top thing in our veterans. It's the highest percentage of probably any group of people, and so I understand that one very well. And so I will have at least that one stand down, and we'll have a couple other things go on this year as we're getting ready to roll out a brand new year for our veterans. Appreciate everybody's help and support.
You're doing great, Ken. You're doing fantastic in that role. Chris, anything from the Parks Department?
Downtown, we're just really right now preparing for 6. Some traffic, complex. So just doing some upgrades.
Okay, the house, we okayed the bid to have it tore down. What's the
Yep.
progress on that?
I know fire department can use it, do some training.
Well, they have used it for some training, but they're at the, if you're ready to demolish,
Yeah.
then move forward.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just make sure.
yeah, they're not in
Not
it.
in there. Yep.
And then what we want to get back to for 2026 is, once we get that demolished, let's get a quote to see what it would take to pave that.
Yep.
And, because we're going to need parking. So that should be right on the heels of the demolishing, is let's get some quotes from 2 or 3 vendors and get some paving quotes.
Do we want to look at paving some areas there to the west as well
I think
at the
we
same
should.
time? We
I
can
think
get
we should
them.
do a comprehensive,
We-
if we're going to have pavers out
Do it
there.
in parcels.
I
Or
mean,
at least bid it in parcels.
We can bid it in 2 sections.
Yes.
Ask them to bid it in 2 sections, so like an area there to the west of where we're at right now, and then also the area where the house is at. Give us separate bids on both of those, but then also if they would do a price that is less if they do it all at the same time. so that way we can compare so that we can get a lot more parking out there potentially.
And exciting news for Chris is we had some discussions.
He
at a
lives
past few
in Decatur
meetings, but
County.
He got his keys for what, this Christmas Eve, so.
Yeah.
he's
Oh, you don't
now
have to drive
our
out the
Decatur
county anymore.
I don't. Got a nice little drive, so Christmas Eve, my wife and I got keys.
Nice.
Moved, that weekend.
Fantastic.
Good for you.
Glad to have you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Anything else? Anyone else in the audience? Yeah, Wayne, go ahead.
There was discussion of Frontier when I was out there about future things. By all means,
Okay. Mike, did you have anything else before? Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm George Morgan, Clarksburg. I'd like to address follow up about
Absolutely.
myself. Randy Miller over there, we're here to 06, address the problem with the rat problem in Clarksburg.
Mhm.
And so far, nothing is what
Okay.
so this has been looked into. But the park still has an entire mess there, if not more, than it had in October.
As far as with rat problem or vandalism?
Rat problem.
Okay. Only reason I asked, you said park, I want to make sure, because there was also other issues. There was some vandalism stuff, which I believe is all taken care
Yes,
of.
that was brought up last time too.
On the playground equipment.
Yep.
Weather being what it has been, I don't think there's been much problem with that.
Yeah,
But,
gotcha.
nothing has been done. We had a, all-town meeting.
So we did have an update from Sean on.
Are you looking at December 19th?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were working, they met with Marion County Health Department. They have a rodent control division. This is obviously something new for us. As far as the best of my knowledge, we've never had to address a situation like this. So being prepared wasn't, a thing I don't think we could have done at the time. So now what they're looking there is that rodent control division has a CO2 gas fogger that allows them to euthanize in the boroughs. So the one thing that they did say is that until the property's been cleaned up, control will be limited. Sean is getting a roll-off dumpster, or is asking to get a roll-off dumpster to put out there for 30 days to try to entice folks to have a place to go with it. But there's also a concern for setting a precedent with that. We have a blight program. We have the ability to address those already in current ordinance. So
I think though also the difference here is we're also looking at a
I know.
known health issue here. So I'm not so much worried about the precedent, but yes.
Well, I went to the Board of Health twice meetings of the environmental specialist, Ally came out and talked to me. And she said about the Marion County person down here. And that was supposed to happen in a week.
When did you talk to him, George?
I'm trying to remember. I think it was about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, because we did get an email on 12/19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That specified that the Marion County Health Department was going to work on this.
But,
So
and
I
it-
don't know when that, that was in a similar time frame when you talked to him.
so the very last part of this,
Within a week, probably.
the very last part of this email says that they've made PPE, snap traps, and physical barriers available to the residents experiencing issues. PPE is being distributed through the Clarksburg Post Office and Robbins Grocery. However, Sean, they plan on beginning aggressive eradication the first week of January. So,
Being this week.
that being this
That's
week.
what it says.
Yep.
So I will reply back and follow up with him to see what the progression of that is this week.
I want to emphasize the part that is on the parks, property, all that stuff scattered all over that, used to be a 15-foot wide alley that's now part of the park. That's where all the trash is, probably where 90% of the rats are. There's been 9 rats altogether accounted for in Clarksburg, poisoned and died of it.
And I believe Clarksburg owns that ground, correct, for the parks, Chris? Yeah. So
It's not actually.
It's not county
it's
property.
Not Decatur County Park.
Recreation Department.
Yes.
no, if when you, on,
Is it still maintained by Decatur County Parks and Rec, or is that?
So, so we maintain, clear out everything.
Okay, so it is ours to maintain.
we maintain, and I just want to make sure that we did clarify though, it's owned by Puget Civil Township.
Not by Decatur Town.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we said it. So I'm following up with him right now to make sure that those efforts are,
Double down.
do you want to leave me with your phone number and I can,
Yes.
I'll give you a call once I get a response?
Well, you don't have to. Everybody's
Yeah.
gonna get it if you're up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just
Yeah,
maybe you
I
don't
know if you have a problem with
but-
spam calls, but you get ready to.
Thanks.
Before you step down, Doug, I know there was some discussion when all of this got rolling of the area plan office with the blight project working in conjunction with Sean. Do you have any update on your side of this with the APC?
Well, we've got everything from an order standpoint, the letter standpoint, we've got all that in place. The plan was to piggyback with the Board of Health so that we didn't go in and just start moving stuff and then we're out. Let's see what getting rid of the rats first, and which they're gonna get rid of. But Board of Health going in, start their process, and then we would come behind it if it was necessary. It sounds like it's necessary.
Okay. 'Cause if I remember right, correct me here, wasn't part of the concern of cleaning up everything first and then scattering the population
Correct.
That
to
was the
other
talk.
areas?
Yeah, that was the initial talks, is if we went in and cleaned everything out, then they were just, they're gonna go somewhere.
Right. Okay. I wanted
So the
to.
plan was to eradicate as much as possible, then if the property owner wasn't willing to clean up, then we would go in.
Okay. So George, hopefully you see some movement here in the next week so that we can start correcting this problem. It's obviously it's a problem.
Well, at the community meeting there in the park, our community, we were told that there's going to be standstill traps put around the litter areas. And as far as I know, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
There might be poison put in the park. That hasn't happened.
Well, Gabe will follow up with Sean and see what's going on.
And then we'll follow up with you.
Yep. So when we're done with the meeting, come over here. Gabe can get your cell phone number.
Yeah, okay.
I appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anything else for the good of the order?
I have a question.
Yes,
Can I
ma'am.
add on that?
Sure.
Hi, my name's Randy Miller. So, the property that we're discussing that is next to the park, it's in a pretty bad way. There's several properties around Clarksburg that are like this. When we're talk about the alleyway next to the park you say is owned by Decatur Township and not the county. How do we get that cleaned up?
Well, we're, as Doug talked about, this blight program is part of that. And that goes towards those properties in these small communities that we were having issues with. Milford, Bernie, Adams, Clarksburg, and that is what the APC is working on. So although maybe it isn't a part of Decatur County's property, that still doesn't mean it needs to be cleaned up. So, we will work towards doing that, and that will happen.
Yeah, it's just really sad. There's several properties around there that, should really honestly be condemned. It's sad to know the children live there too, so I was kind of wanting to see maybe when the action can start, but I'm glad to know that that's not part of the Parks Department's alley. So I've got a pretty good idea where most of the mess is coming from. We'll just continue to wait. I just wanted that
And
clarification.
I would convey too, from the information that Sean has given us from their preliminary work, there was not one area of isolated encounters with the rats. They are in numerous areas. So yes, there is an area of obvious concern. There are other areas as well that have been found to have a large rat population.
Gotcha. Yeah, some people really are cleaning up, but there's others that just aren't trying to do anything. So I think that's why George and I wanted to be present more than anything, just to feel like we're helping and getting something.
Well, and we appreciate it because it keeps it on the front burner.
Right.
Yeah, keeps
And also-
us in front of us.
And I want to clarify, when I just mentioned that it wasn't owned by us, it was strictly just so, that it doesn't change the process or the outcome. It just, I simply want to make sure that you knew that that's not part of our, we still maintain it. The outcome for blight has nothing to do if we own the property or not. So, we maintain and control, with that ordinance, potential problem properties. So it doesn't matter if we own the property next to it or not. So the outcome is no different. It's just, I want to make sure that it was said.
The blight project isn't directed towards property that Decatur County owns. It's directed towards
Clean up.
cleanup of any other property in Decatur County.
And residences too.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep,
All right, thank
Yep.
you guys.
thank you.
All right. Going once, going twice. I'd entertain a motion to recess.
So moved.
We are recessed. Thank you, everyone.